Howdy y'all, this is your boy Beastamon. And welcome to season 3 of Midnight. Oh, Midnight. Nope. Sorry about that. It's been a while. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. It's been about 2 weeks. So hopefully by now you've seen the trailer I put up for Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. But knowing my history of uploading in the last 3 years, I probably didn't do it. So let's get started. We're going back on the Ebon Hawk, and let's see if any events happen. Okay. So we're gonna talk to Mission first.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
Hey, Mission. I want to talk to you about your brother.
Maybe if we get these tack glands for him, things will work out. Or maybe he'll finally see the light and turn over a new leaf. I know.
Ah, yes, the glands. So we'll do that some other time, Mission. I promise. But something big is about to happen. I have the strangest feeling. I don't remember, but if something happens. Let's see, Sigil. Let's see. What does this do? Oh, damage from 1 to 6. Ooh, Nexter. I forgot about the critical range of that. 1v6 against droids. Luxem. Okay, I'm gonna look at my other equipped, of course I got the crate dragon. Okay, I'm not gonna touch this one. I might touch the color of it though. Nah, it's fine. What is Bondar? Stun for 6 seconds. DC 10 is nothing. It really isn't. Like, it's so easy. Like nowadays, like 80% of 80% of our combatants will be able to avoid that. Sigil, I don't know. You know what? I think I'll put a Nexter in there, and then I'll assemble. I'm assuming that's my lightsaber, because the other... Okay, so this is Bastilos. One of these is Jolie, and the other one's Juhani's. At least I think that's how it is. Oh, we can upgrade missions as well. Okay. Well, congratulations, mission. And some range stuff. Well, you know I gotta give some stuff to my boy Canderous. Do we even have anything for Karth? Oh, we do. And I don't know if we have anything for Zalbar. Oh, the only thing we have is this. Sorry about that, Zalbar. Okay, I guess that's it. So let's talk to Canderous. We can even talk to him.
Yeah,
There we
what do you
go.
want?
Tell me more about the Mandalorian Wars.
The war we had with the Republic was supposed to be the most glorious battle in our history. But it was a very costly one. I guess we didn't think of how much we could lose in it.
I'm surprised. Usually in war, you always think about what you can lose, but the Mandalorians. I mean, wow. Depending on the depending on the clan of the Mandalorians, yeah. Some are more prideful than others, but how much did you lose?
There weren't many of us after that last battle. Mandalore himself was killed at the hands of the Jedi Revan. The best of us could not defeat him. After that last battle, those of us that survived were stripped of our weapons, our armor, and our basilisks. Revan's forces destroyed them while we were forced to watch. Those who hadn't fled earlier were left with nothing to call their own. No weapons, no armor, only the honor of having fought in the battle.
To the victor goes the spoils, I
This was
guess.
not enough. While the rest of us were sent into exile on the Outer Rim, they tried to relive the old days, raiding worlds.
You can't relive the good old days that way. You found work as a mercenary.
Yeah, I found word on Taris. And forcing for Davik was not stimulating. The gangs on Taris and Davik.
Stimulating is not the word I'd use for that.
No thrill in battle, no honor or glory.
It was sort of
in defeating them.
beneath
It
you,
was
but
like
not
stepping on
stimulating.
I sought worthy challenges, but the best that Terrace could offer were nothing to me. But I think now...
Wait a minute, what about that deathmatch thing? I killed Bendak's Starkiller. You know how hard that was for me at that point? You could have did that. Of course. I don't know if I told you guys. This was back whoa. Was it like early, probably about in the teen episodes or the maybe before that? You had a chance to kill Bendak's Starkiller. Anyways, I am honored.
Maybe later I'll tell you more about what it was like to work for Davik. For now, though, we should get on with our lives. Is there something else you want to know?
Sure, let's ask about the world, as if he cares.
Waterworld's never had much of an appeal for us to conquer. They may put up a good fight in their own environment. No match for us, of course. But they don't really have anything of value, either. The thing this world is good
Some would
for
argue.
is a substance known as Kolto. Kolto is the single best healing substance in the galaxy. But the Mandalore are not as weak and fragile as your Republic and Sith warriors. When we enter a battle, we carry weapons both in our wars and in our own personal combats. There are no survivors. Do you have anything else you want to ask?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm here if
HK, I mean, I can try, but my character is not the build to help you. He's not evil, and I don't have enough repair skills to do anything with you.
Statement.
I can always... Oh, yeah, you can ask him to do a fight or flight or whatever you want to call it. It sucks. That is the worst thing you could ask him to do. It's insulting to him to ask that. If he doesn't see the blood come out of meat bags, it's pointless. It's an insult to him to even ask that. Anyways, I would like to restore some of your memory. This will end badly.
If you believe your skills are up to the task, request. I only ask that you be oh so very careful, Master. I am too bound.
Don't worry, we're gonna fail anyways. Let's get started. There's no point in asking him about ineptness, because we are inept.
Statement. As you wish, Master. The first stage is the simple one, and that... No. This is no good, Master. You have nearly detonated my thermal core
The second
3
best
times
thing.
in
Okay, hold on,
minutes.
wait.
Supplication.
Wait.
As
So
you
the
desire.
best thing about this, well, I take it back. The first best thing about HK is you can send him to kill people, and you know, he's a killer droid. The second best thing is listening to his displeasure at you failing to repair his innards, which we don't have anything anyways that can really. Yeah, we can't really do anything to help him. My character is the wrong build for that. So that's unfortunate. So yeah, we absolutely have nothing to be able to help him with. Too bad. Oh well, you're still cool with me. And honestly, I think it's better to keep your distance from him. Not because he's scary, but because the most mysterious characters are the best ones. I mean, being buddy-buddy with your assassin droid, that doesn't work well. Okay, you mentioned something about your adventuring days. So yeah, in case you guys don't know, this first episode, I wouldn't say it's a red herring, but there's stuff you want to ask now. If you're gonna ask, you want to ask now. So part of me wants to tell you guys to wait till the next episode for something important to happen, but you know. So yeah, let's continue talking about your good old adventuring days.
Did I say that? Strange the tricks memory plays on you.
Yes, you did, Big Mouth. Well, I guess you weren't an adventurer there. You were just an old man who sat on a stump in Kashyyyk. Well, what do we expect?
Didn't I say that my past was my affair? You don't see me poking and prodding.
You shouldn't have told me anything.
Do you?
You're just not used to company. Stop being an old coot.
I might be, but a mouthy young thing like yourself shouldn't get to call me an old coot, damn it. And besides,
Then don't act like
I
you're
don't really wanna
senile.
hear about me. We're talking ancient
Did I say
history,
that?
Probably before you were born. History bores kids. Proven fact.
Well, old people love to talk about history. Yeah.
Oh, fine, fine. Have it your way. Just don't cry about it
I
later.
promise I won't
Yes,
cry.
yes,
I
I
may
was
bitch and moan,
rich.
but I won't cry,
Happy
I
now?
promise.
I wasn't even done with my Jedi training back then. I had a full head of hair and an eagerness to see absolutely
You.
everything.
Full head of
Sound
hair.
familiar? The council was never happy with willful, brash Jolie Bindo, you see. Even less so when I began my
And Beastamon isn't happy with old... Oh my god, let me stop. He's definitely not happy with old ornery Jolie Bindo. Ornery and senile. Well, it's okay. You're old and you forget, and I'm young and I can't talk worth a shit without my speech impediment coming in. So whatever. You were a smuggler.
Don't look at me like that, damn it. I wasn't always the wrinkled coot I am now, you know. I can still fight, too. So wipe off that smirk I see there. At the time, the Yucatan...
Oh, I'm not smirking. I am grinning like hell.
He preferred to keep his people starving and poor. All the better to oppress them. The Senate was trying to negotiate a peace. But they were getting nowhere as usual. I decided I wasn't going to wait. I found myself a ship and a partner, and we began smuggling food and supplies to the Yukata citizenry through the blockade.
Oh yeah, the old Robin Hood syndrome. Perfect. Where did you get the credits for all these supplies?
Well, we didn't buy all the equipment per se. Some were happy to donate goods. Some we just knew had more than they could use.
So you stole it. Well, you're no better than Canderous and myself when we stole Davic's ship. Along with Bastila, mind you.
Stole is such a harsh word. They would have donated those ships readily enough if they...
That's what every criminal says.
I considered it a tax on the greedy. We only got caught once. A lone Yukatish frigate shot us down and forced a crash landing. I thought the Force had abandoned me, as I remember.
Maybe it should have.
Oh, so you're going to speak for the Force now, are you? I deserve
I said
the
maybe. I didn't say that's
credit.
what the Force said.
Well, as it happens, getting shot down turned out to be very fortunate. That day was the day Well, that was the day I met my wife.
Oh, okay. You make it sound like you regret being married. Bad memory, I take it.
No, that was a good memory. There are just much worse ones that followed. If it's all the same to you, I prefer to stop talking now. My mouth is starting to draw flies.
Okay, well, if worse comes to worse, I suppose we can use you to, attract Kinrath and all those other type of insects.
Got something. Well, I suppose I could whip up something, well, not to say that you...
He's assuming I'm going to purposely make myself get hurt. That is so ugly. You are an ugly person. So yeah, I'm just looking about the ship. And yes, I'm going into rooms where nobody exists. T3, how are you? Boop boop be doop boop boop too. Thank you. You don't talk much, do you? Yeah, that's one thing I don't like about this game is he does not do much. And Zalbar. I can tell he doesn't want to talk about something. Why did you request Baka's sword? Okay. Well, that's wonderful. You could say this, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm sorry we can't stay on Kashyyyk longer. I know you kind of want to talk to the people that, that kind of spurned you for so long and, been in relationships, but we got stuff to do. Okay. I wish you well. Let's get going. Hello, Juhani.
How may I be of assistance to
I wonder if we
what is
could
it you would like to...
talk. Tell me more about your past.
Well, I mentioned before that my parents had fled to Taris. Perhaps I can tell you about that.
There weren't any Cathar on Terrace that I saw. I didn't see
No,
any.
there were not. Having fled the birth world of my species, my parents flew as far and wide as they could. And so I was raised alone, knowing of my birthplace only the few stories my parents could tell, and seeing no other member of my species at all.
Why did they flee?
It all comes back to wars and fighting. The curse of your race, it seems. In the early days of the
Pretty much.
War, there had been fighting closer to the Outer Rim worlds.
I see. Your people were in that region?
Cathar was there. Yes. My people had a great reputation as warriors, and that appealed to the Mandalore version of honor. They sought to test themselves against us, I think. Test themselves by bombing our world, slaughtering my people while they slept.
Oh,
or while
boy.
they ran.
So, you're not the only person that doesn't like... Okay, have you noticed that, like, just about everyone hates Canderous? They'll respect him enough, but everybody hates... So, Karth hates him because of the war. They had the whole argument about... at least I think they did. If they did, I'm going to tell you. They had an argument about the difference between a soldier and a warrior, and how Canderous was disappointed in Karth because of it. And then Bastila doesn't like him, obviously, because she looks at him as a brute. And Juhani obviously does not like him by proxy because he's a Mandalorian. And what happened with, the other Cathar. Well, this is getting interesting. I think the only ones that don't have anything against him might actually be Zalbar at T3 and 4. Oh, wait, and HK 47. I think HK 47 loves Canderous. Anyways, the Mandalorians fought dirty.
They swooped down from space, across the world, firing at anything that moved. They used ships in space to destroy all orbital facilities and bombard the surface. We did resist, and in spite of their violent attack, we did stave them off for quite a while. But in the end, we were doomed.
Wow, that right there is so unsympathetic. Why did the Republic not help you?
We were not members of the Republic. Cathar was beyond the edge of the Republic.
Ah,
The
I
Outer
see.
Rim. And besides, they could not have known. Our interstellar communications were the first things the Mandalores hit.
I'm assuming that
All
also
other
means the Jedi
short-range
may or may not
communications
have
were
been able to
jammed.
help.
We were on our own. We knew what was coming. We had fought the Mandalorians in the first war against Exar Kun and the Sith. We knew there would be no mercy for us. The most we could do was pack the few of our people who survived onto what few ships remained and send them off into space as fast as they could. Most did not make it.
But you survived.
My parents carried me as a baby with them and were lucky enough to escape. They fled as far as they were able and eventually settled on Taris. They could stand running no further, I think. But Taris was a horrible choice. Dominated by humans, intolerant of other species, it made everyday life unnecessarily hard.
Yeah, it's not a nice place.
No, it is not. But they had little choice. Each of us dealt with it in our own way. My father turned to stimulants. He spent much of his time in local
Ooh.
bars and dives. But we are warriors. It runs through our blood. And when he was on stims, he became foolish. He let his warrior nature get the best of him. So he would get intoxicated, and he would fight. And finally, one day, he would die.
You know, you probably could have got permission to go up into the upper city where I did all those fights, like against Marl and Twitch, and maybe I mean I keep pushing that, but I mean you guys needed the money, and he sounds like a warrior, so why not? I think there was something said somewhere that you get a special permit if you were from the lower city to do that. That's well, it is tragic.
I don't need your sarcasm or your pity.
Of course you don't. You're a
Died at the hands of
strong female.
by a man who provoked him into a fight and killed him like an animal.
I'm like, why are you telling me any of this?
I cannot talk about this anymore.
I don't want you to feel bad for me, but I want you to listen. I'm like, if I can't be emotionally there for you, why? What are you doing here? Why are you telling me? It's like, okay, here's the thing, and I'm a guy, so I need some of you to answer this. Now, what I don't get is I can understand why some women say, I don't want you to do anything, I just want you to listen, right? I'm like, well, can't I just listen and fix your problem so you never have this problem again? No, they just want you to listen. I'm like, okay, but if you keep complaining about the same thing, I really don't want to hear about it. Now, she's not, I'm just saying.
How may I be of... What is it you would like to...
Okay. Now, usually the reason dialogues come after each other is usually when you level up or they level up, they end up opening new dialogue choices. Sometimes it'll be based on the planet, and sometimes it'll be based on different other factors. So, we'll see if she can talk to us about this.
After my father died, my mother was left to support me alone. A single non-human woman, living in one of the worst, most violent slums on Terrace. It was not easy for her.
How so?
When my father was killed, it seemed that something in her began to die as well. She worked. She worked as hard as she was able. But over time, she began to waste away. I later learned that she was unable to get enough money to feed both of us, and had to start borrowing from the exchange. A band of cutthroats and smugglers. But even that was not enough. She hid what she was doing from me. She gave most of her food to me so that I would be strong, but she herself was suffering deeply from it. In the end, she could go on no longer, and collapsed at the cantina where she worked one day. She never recovered. There was nothing really that I could do for her. She left me no money, and no doctor would see her without being paid first. I sat by her.
Of course, that's not surprising.
I never want that to happen to someone I care about ever again. But there was still the money she had borrowed. She had never paid it back and made no provisions for her death. You must understand. The
Oh, I know
exchange
about
was
the
brutal.
exchange.
They
I've
cared nothing
brutally
for my
slaughtered
as a
many of
human
them.
being. They are the major suppliers of slaves on Terrace.
You were enslaved.
They thought it would be appropriate that, with my mother owing them money, the debt should be passed on to me. And with no way to pay, they took me by force. You have no idea what it is like to be bound like a beast and treated as such. It was the worst time of my life. They treated me like livestock. They were waiting for a buyer to give them some credits for me when the Jedi came to fight the Mandalorians.
And they freed you?
The Jedi could not abide by what they saw there, and drove the exchange from the face of the world.
So a Jedi came in later.
Was imprisoned there. But the Jedi soon left to fight their war, and I was left with a dream.
What was the dream?
I swore that I would become a Jedi. As soon as I had enough money to do it, I bought passage on a freighter headed for Dantooine. And we both know what has happened since then.
Juhani,
I am grateful to you for having given me the opportunity to fulfill my dream, rather than become what I hated. Someday, I may make it up to you. But for now, let us keep on the task at hand.
Okay.
How may I be? What is it you would like? Of course.
Okay, there's a reason why I'm talking to everyone. It's kind of important. Uh, I will. Maybe it's a slight spoiler, but I'm trying to keep it under wraps. I don't think Bastila has anything else to say to us.
How can I help?
Oh, she does. So, yeah, last time you needed to think about things. So,
You've been patient with me, haven't you? I suppose you deserve an answer. But you have to understand how difficult this is for me to say. With all my training, I should be able to control myself better than this. But you're not like anything I expected. You're not like any man I've ever met before. I find myself watching you when I don't mean to. I'm thinking about you when I don't want to. It isn't supposed to be like this.
what is it supposed to be like?
I don't know. It shouldn't be so hard not to think of you. It should be easy. It should be discipline. Jedi discipline. Every time I try to call on all my teachings to calm myself, they fail me. You have such power, such passion. I don't know if it's due to the bond between us, but I'm drawn to you.
Oh my god. So you could. So here's the thing. I would not do this, but you can cut off the relationship with Bastila right now. Don't do it. Please don't. There's no reason. There is no reason. Are you interested in me or my ability to use the Force?
The Force is a part of you, as is your power. But that's not what attracted me to you. It's more than that. Maybe it's the bond we share. It gives us a certain intimacy.
Or the games I
If
play.
I would return to Dantooine. I need to be away from this bond of ours. I need to weaken it. I need to be anywhere but near you. But Malak must be stopped. My own feelings are nothing when compared to that. Yet I know this could affect the sake of our mission if it's not resolved. I can't let that happen.
Give in to your feelings, Bastila. I know you want to.
I think we should have some privacy for this. Come with me.
Ooh.
You're stronger than I am, and there's no point in telling me otherwise. You will be a great Jedi, I think. I hope. In some ways you make me feel weak, like I'm caught up in the wake of our destiny. But at the same time, you make me feel stronger, more alive.
And I feel more alive when I'm with you. Maybe it's your battle meditation, but I highly doubt it.
I realize now these feelings are part of the bond we share. The Jedi Council surely realized this. They knew my loyalty to the doctrines of our order would be tested on this mission. By facing and overcoming my feelings for you, I've learned a valuable lesson about control and the dangers of
Perhaps and
devotion.
perhaps not.
This is an important step in understanding the Force.
Depends how you look at it.
Sorry if this is not what you wanted to hear, but I felt that it was important you know our infatuation was nothing more than a result of our powerful bond.
Oh, wait. Okay, here we go. You're rationalizing, Bastila. You're just scared to face the truth.
You're the one who can't face the truth. Malak has to be stopped. How can I do that if I let myself be blinded by my feelings?
I'm going to stop, Malik Bastila, but I really need you at my side. I do. I'm being for real now. She's pretty integral.
You mean it, don't you? But how can I be sure you're not making a mistake? I have to resist. I have to be strong for both of us.
I've done well so far. You don't always have to be strong.
But I can't. Malak will...
I love you, Bastila, and I know you love me.
Okay, you've made your point. Now shut up and kiss me, you fool.
And intimate stuff, and yeah.
We shouldn't have done that. It was wrong.
So yeah, all the intimate stuff happens off screen, and all the brutal, gory stuff happens off screen. So yeah, it didn't feel wrong to me.
It was a moment of weakness. When I kissed you, we shouldn't have. I'm sorry. No, I know we both wanted it, but we shouldn't have given in to our desire. We're Jedi. We can't act like this. Not now. Not while we still have to deal with Malak. I'm sorry. I don't blame you, but it was...
This is actually the best case scenario, by the way.
Somebody sees us together.
So here's the thing. Now, 2017, you will say that I got cucked, but not really. By Jedi doctrine, that was her giving in. So 2003, me said, "Hey, this is a great thing. If she doesn't want to go any further, fine. But the only reason she's not is because of the Jedi code, and that's good enough for me. And it's good enough for the storyline because that is actually the best thing that can happen." Earlier in the conversation, you could have screwed up, and that is when you cucked yourself. So yeah, and by the way, people use that word too much, but if you absolutely have to, the fact that, okay, so the fact that she wanted to but didn't and then just stopped, that's a cucking moment. Well, only if she was in love with somebody else, but clearly she's not. I guess she's in love with the Jedi code, so that's the other guy. I guess you had to put it, if you had to put it that way. But anyways, that's 2017 you. 2003 me says we did good with Bastila, and we really do care about her. But of course, the code is important too, and beating Malak is important. Hello, Karth.
Yes, what's on your mind?
And we don't say anything. So yeah, if you're male, you and Karth obviously can't have a relationship. So yeah, your, how should I say, your interaction with him is limited. Just like if you're playing female, you're limited. With Bastila. Now, here's a little known fact that people don't know. Juhani here, I'm pretty sure I might have mentioned this. They cut the content of the game, but she's actually a lesbian. Look it up if you want to, or at least the game hints at her being a lesbian. So if you're female, they actually cut out content where you could have a relationship with her. But if you're male, she'll just nicely and politely say no. And there's an instance coming up in the future, in future videos, where you'll see it. So I'm actually going to end the episode here. I know this was sort of a tease for season 3, and I could have did this last time, but I didn't exactly remember if something was going to happen as soon as I encountered anybody on the ship. Because if you see me play episodes, sometimes, you know, something will happen before, you know, we actually get on the ship. Some kind of weird cutscene happens. But I promise you, next episode, something big will happen. So yes, if you want to look at this as a red herring or a bust or a lie, it's not. This is just making sure we talk to everyone because their conversations are important to future quests. So yes, I am going to actually save the game here. Wait, let me wait till the save screen ends. So yes, this is your boy Beastamon, and next time we will figure out what the special event is and how much does it affect us. Later.